Chef Liz Martino helps run the New Albany Farmers Market. And Liz, we're all very interested in the New Albany Farmers Market. I know you had mentioned that some of the ingredients we're going to be working with today are from the New Albany Farmers Market. How many vendors do you currently have from week to week at the New Albany Farmers Market?
You know, currently we have anywhere from 20 to 25, 30 during the week during our winter market. But during the summer, we have upwards of 80 vendors that come, whether it's a one-time visit or they come on and off, or they're there every single week.
That is so exciting. And so tell us what we're doing here today. And if you could, while you're telling us, mention any of the local ingredients that we might have gotten from the New Albany Farmers Market. Because folks, I'm telling you, you want to make sure you make it to that farmers market. There's so many great local vendors that are really pushing their businesses.
Absolutely. The farmers market is my favorite place to be. So today we're working with pasta. I grew up, I'm Italian, and the number one rule for making pasta is to salt our water. So you have to salt it like my great-grandmother would said, salt it like the sea. Okay. So I'm going to need you to do that for me. I'll tell you a little bit about the ingredients that we have, and you're just going to keep going until I tell you.
All right.
So,
plenty of salt.
Lots and lots of salt. That's the one time that you can actually season the pasta itself from the inside out, is in cooking. So you want to have it nice and fresh and salty.
Okay.
You're going to do maybe about 5 or 6 more shakes. Will be good. So I'm going to be throwing in some garlic, and I actually got this garlic from the farmer's market. Oxel from Lost Creek Acres has it.
Okay, so we got a little olive oil in the pan.
Yes.
And we're going to saute up some fresh garlic.
I'm going to start with some garlic. Also going to be adding some sun-dried tomatoes.
Lovely. I love sun-dried tomatoes.
I do too. So we've got some sun-dried tomatoes, and then we're going to be adding spinach as well. And this spinach came from Boxcar Acres. They are a wonderful, all year long. They're at the farmer's market, and they do a variety of greens, kales, lettuces, cabbages. Their spinach is one of my favorites.
Awesome.
So I'm just slicing this up.
Now our water's on full-fledged boil here. Is it time
So we're ready to go. So it's up to you.
Now, Liz, I think we'd like to all know. I know I would. I believe our audience at home would as well. How do you cook? You're Italian. How do you cook pasta the way it should be done? Because I'm going to tell you, I'm taking my pasta and breaking it in half, and I don't think that's how. Yeah, okay.
It's fun. I like to break the pasta in half
Okay.
for fun, but for a really good pasta, I mean, you know, you got to get the swirl going.
Yes.
So you need good long pieces.
I'm losing that swirl on my pasta.
You're losing
now.
the swirl. So I know that the pasta doesn't want to fit into the water right away, but we're just going to kind of work it and stir it, and it's gently going to soften, loosen, and fit right
its way
inside.
into the pot. There we go.
All right, so I'm going to let you actually stir this up a little bit.
Yep.
Kind of move the noodles around. We want to make sure that they're not going to stick together. You can already smell this garlic.
Woo!
Oh, yeah.
That smells amazing.
Sure does.
So we're dropping in the sun-dried tomatoes.
We are, and I love sun-dried tomatoes. You know, you can make your own sun-dried tomatoes with tomatoes you get from the farmer's market. There we go.
Fresh from the farmer's market. All right, now let's smell it. Oh my goodness, the aromatics in this room, it's crazy. We've got cameramen salivating right now. It smells so delicious in here.
You know what? So I'm going to let this cook for just a second. And here we go.
Okay, we got a good stir going
We got a good
here.
stir. So we're going to let that sit. We're going to cook it until it's al dente. Al dente just simply means, in Italian, the translation literally is to the tooth. So you want to be able to bite it and have just the teeniest bit of crunch in the very center of your pasta, and then you know it's done.
Now, how do you know when the consistency of the pasta falls into that al dente profile?
We're going to give this about 7 to 9 minutes, and we're going to try it.
7 to 9 minutes.
Why not?
Right. Set the timer.
Set the timer. Meanwhile, I've got some chicken tenders.
Chicken tenders.
Yeah, why not? They're easy. They cook quickly. And I've seasoned them with Big Bruz all-in-one seasoning, which is really good for lots of different things.
So Big
And they're
Bruz,
a farmer's market vendor as well.
Big Bruz all-in-one seasoning, and you can find that at the New Albany Farmers Market.
Yeah,
We're cooking local today. I love that.
I know we're doing an Italian dish, but I do like a little kick with my chicken. Give it a different flavor. You can kind of smell.
Oh, wow.
Good. All right.
That smells like you could put that on a lot of items, not just chicken.
It sure is. That's why it's all in one for sure.
Got some Cajun kick to it.
We've got veggies. I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit. I've added my spinach. We're gonna let the spinach start to wilt. And as soon as it wilts, I'm gonna add some heavy cream. Now, our vendors at the farmers market sell dairy products like heavy cream, cheeses,
Excellent.
milk. And we're gonna make like a creamy Alfredo sauce. This is a good dish that you can have, all year long.
Now our pasta, it's a linguine, is that correct?
We're using linguine today.
Linguine today.
But feel free to use what you like.
A little thicker than your average spaghetti.
That's what I like.
So we've got the saute going and the color change on the fresh garlic and the sun-dried tomatoes. Chef Liz threw in the spinach. We're allowing that to wilt and to cook down. And now we dump in the heavy cream.
Yes.
And now that's going to start to thicken. We've got our chicken.
We're going to turn our chicken up just a little bit.
Turn our chicken up a little bit.
And I'm not going to add a whole lot of salt to this dish because our sun-dried tomatoes, I've got them in oil and they're marinated and seasoned.
Okay.
So that brings a lot of flavor. And then we're going to be adding some cheese to it as well, which is going to be cheesy, salty. So we're just going to add just a few little sprinkles, but I am going to do a heavy bit of black pepper. And while that's reading my mind, Dan, you're a great cooking partner.
I've cooked a day or two.
Well, what is your favorite thing to cook?
Favorite thing to cook? I've gotten really good over the last 2 years at making burgers. So I'm, really taking pride in the meat and making sure that they don't dry out. They've got some moistness to them and some wonderful toppings. But I cook almost every night of the week. I made a chicken pot pie from scratch last night, and it was delicious.
Well, that sounds amazing. You can get a lot of really amazing grass-fed, free-range protein meat products just at the farmer's market. Everything from chicken to lamb to pork to beef.
Wow. Okay.
So next time you make your burger,
I know as many Hoosiers that are going to be watching this show like myself, a Hoosier loves a one-stop shop. It sounds like the Farmers Market in New Albany has a little bit for everybody. One-stop shop is what we look for.
I believe that very much so. The market runs 52 weeks out of the year, so every single week, unless it's a holiday or something like that, really inclement weather, but since I've been a part of it, we haven't had weather bad enough for people to not want to come out. But we're there all year long, and all year we have produce vendors, meat vendors, dairy vendors, we have crafters and artisans, soap and bath and body products, everything that you need, and it's all local.
And we talk all the time about supporting local and what an opportunity to support local with the New Albany Farmers Market. There's just so many people pouring their blood, sweat, and tears into their products, and I'm very excited to eat up some of those products today because this smells delicious, Liz. I'm pumped.
We'll see. Well, I'll use a fork and. Oh, awesome. So it's reduced quite a bit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually turn off the heat before I add my cheese.
So we're going to let that thicken.
Yeah. So I'm adding some grated Parmesan.
Okay.
And then I'm going to grate my own as well.
So a little grated Parmesan like you find in stores, and then we've got some
Parmigiano Reggiano.
Parmesan Reggiano.
There you go.
That was a terrible accent.
No,
but,
it was all good.
It was an attempt.
So we're just going to get this in here. There we go.
Who doesn't love a pasta sauce with a little bit of extra cheese, right? This is really thickened up now, and that consistency looks like it's going to be amazing with this chicken and this pasta.
It sure has. So
Liz, I'm still stirring the pasta.
We
are getting closer to that al dente?
we're gonna do the old-fashioned pull a noodle out and try it. That's the best way to find out.
All right.
You can time it. That's always a good idea.
You're going to have to be the one to try because obviously I don't know what I'm talking about.
Take this. Sorry.
I'm trying one too though because I'm starving.
So you're gonna try it. You're gonna notice that this probably has about a minute and a half left.
Okay.
You can taste, it definitely is al dente, but it could use just a little bit more, just a little bit too much bite. But almost there.
Yeah, very close.
But that's perfect
Got a little crunch
because
to it.
while we're waiting,
You're not lying though. Salting that water during the boiling process.
the noodle is
that
flavorful.
noodle, I don't even know if it needs the sauce. It was so delicious.
We're gonna check these guys real quick. We're gonna,
Do the old Pierce job.
yep, oh, and that looks really good.
That looks great.
So we're gonna let these rest. Our pasta has just 1 more minute.
That's very important. You always want to let your meat rest after you've cooked it and finish the job naturally. So
That's right. Well, that gives us time to go ahead and taste our sauce and see if we need to make any adjustments.
okay, let's dig into this together. All right.
Yes, here we go. A tasting spoon. Now it's a little bit thick, but when we add our pasta to it, we're going to add some of that pasta water as well.
Okay.
It's pretty good. I'm going to add just a little more salt.
I heard the and to me it was that's delicious. Wow, creamy and just a flavor explosion in your mouth. That's amazing. Love it. Very, very good.
All right.
A little more of that fresh Parmesan Reggiano, little salt.
You can never have too much cheese.
I'm gonna give this pasta a quick stir.
That's perfect. All right, so I'm going to say that pasta is really just about where it needs to be. So I'm going to stir these last bits in.
You want the boil to come off.
We're going to turn it off.
Turn it off. All right.
All right. Whoops. You know, you can drain this if you'd like. If you're serving for a large crowd, you can, but it's just the two of us. So I'm going to just take it straight from the water.
Okay.
And meanwhile, you'll notice that there is some pasta water left in there. That starchy pasta water is so delicious. It's flavorful,
Okay.
salty, it's robust. It's going to give this just the mouthfeel that you need.
So let's that.
And it's also going to thin out some of the existing sauce and just give us a little bit more. Look at that.
Oh wow.
Oops, there we go.
You're never gonna see me try that because I'm gonna send it over towards the cameras every time I flip. That was very impressive, Chef Liz.
We're going to do a little bit of crushed red pepper flakes. I hope
Good.
that's okay.
I like that little bit of spiciness
Yeah,
to it.
that's what it was missing. Okay. Clear this out of the way.
I'm telling you, we're in for a treat today. This is top tier pasta made right here in the kitchen studios.
Have a taste of that.
All right.
I love pairing a bit of Cajun spice or, you know, that char that with something like pasta because it's a contrasting flavor and you can definitely taste the chicken and you can definitely taste the pasta.
That's exactly what I was going to say. That this chicken is perfectly cooked, and it's got the nice texture as well as a little bit of Cajun seasoning to it with that big bruz all in one. So yeah, that's going to give a nice flavor profile mixed with this sauce. I can tell. I'm a big fan already. Let's see what happens when we get it all together.
Give it one more toss. Look at that.
Woo.
Do the old swirl. There we go.
For your presentation at home, give it a little bit of a swirl before you give it to your family members. They're just going to appreciate you that much more, and they won't even know why.
I'll tell you what, even if you're just cooking for yourself, there is absolutely nothing wrong with enjoying cooking and enjoying what you eat and making it special for you. I think that's a bit of self-care.
Absolutely. What a message.
So mine's a little messier than yours, but I don't
The
mind.
kids at Mesa Kids Cooking School are in perfect hands. What a message. So lay the chicken right over the top.
Sure are. There we go. Pile it up there. Hope you don't mind me using my hands.
I do not.
We've been cooking together all morning.
Yeah, we have. Your hands have done great. Mine are burnt to a crisp. No big deal.
And of
Kidding,
course,
we're good.
we're gonna add just another dash of that red pepper flakes.
Okay.
Because I like it a little spicy.
I do too. A little more of that Parmesan Reggiano.
Yep, we'll move this out of the way. All right, Dan. So I don't know if you eat your pasta with a spoon and a fork,
I am today.
but you are today.
All
you
right.
go.
Thank you so much, Chef Liz. All right.
So if you're not sure how to use a spoon, we can do this really quickly too.
Yeah, let's learn.
So I'm gonna put my spoon in the bottom of the bowl.
Okay.
So I've got some pasta right on it, and I'm gonna put my fork right on the spoon and just start twirling, and all of the pasta and yummy goodness is gonna come right along on the fork.
Yummy goodness is correct. I'm going to put a piece of chicken in there with it.
Tastes okay?
I've never made pasta this good. That's a fact.
Look how easy it was. It took
So
us
easy.
from the time we started cooking the water, or started cooking the pasta, to the time it was done. Done.
10 minutes. We're done.
That's right.
And amazing flavor. Creamy, perfectly seasoned. That chicken brings so much out of this as well. Liz, I'm just blown away. Wow.
Well, you know, it really helps
Wow.
when you have someone fun to cook with, really good ingredients.
Yes,
And-
local ingredients as well.
That's right.
All right, last one. Last one. Until, we stop rolling, and then I'm going to mac all of this. Can't help myself. I think the second bite was better. We got a little more of the sun-dried tomato and the spinach in that bite. Fabulous. I mean, just fabulous. What a plate of food. Chef Liz, thank you so much for not only cooking for us today, teaching everybody at home about this meal, but also everything you do for the community with Mesa as well as the New Albany Farmers Market. Thank you so much. We love having you.
Thank you so much for having
Thanks.
me.